Hello and welcome back to our channel where we review movies and series. Now we are back with a show mix movie. This one it is a South African movie. It is a comedy. The movie is called Perfect Match. Now if you are looking for this movie, you will find it on a show mix. The main character of this movie it was Nay Mabs. Now, of course, he was playing a leading role, and the movie setup is a love movie. Namex is looking for the love of his life. Not really, he is more on focusing on his career, proving that he's worth it to his father. But currently, he is dating a lady who goes by the name of Gugu Dlamini. So Dudu Dlamini, who is being dated by Nameps, whose Nameps name here is Muzi. So the setup of the movie, the beginning, the first ever scene, we do see Nameps having dinner with his girlfriend Dudu. Dudu is complaining about how he's not serious about the relationship and how the relationship is not moving. Of course, Muzi disputes all this, saying that he is very much serious about the relationship. When he goes back home, it seems like his father is about to retire. His father is looking for a new CEO. And he made it clear, he made it clear that a man is defined by him having a wife, which I totally agree. A man is defined by him having a wife. If you don't have a wife, you're still not a man. So his father makes it clear that's how a man is defined, and therefore he looks at Mozi as someone who's not ready to lead the company because he does not have a wife yet. Okay. So this makes movie Muzi rather to quickly come up with a plan of proposing his girlfriend, because I mean his girlfriend is also kind of complaining about the relationship not moving, about her not really even knowing that Muzi does love her or not. So whilst they were having dinner again, Muzi just popped the question, and you could tell that he did not plan to propose at all because he did not have a ring. He did not have a ring. Now, on the next scene, we do meet Anele and her mom, who goes by the name of Sizayele. They look not struggling but struggling, and they look like they are con artists. They kind of selling things, they are a street vendor, but I would say that they're a con artist. I'm not alone here. I think Lychee wanna jump in.
Yes, I don't think that they are really struggling, to be honest, because they have it going, they do have some rental rooms. I mean, their con artist job, it tends to seems like it's working for them. And mind you, this family, even though they were struggling, they had a father of Anele was a policeman, and mind you, also the way that they met, he met her since he's a police. They sort of arrested the mother, and that's how they met. So they sort of bail each other out of prison in that instance, and yes, and then Anele was born, and now she's a young woman who just reflecting on her life and realizing that her life is really not going well. She have a mother who just wanting her to always be doing criminal stuff, and really doesn't care about her future, doesn't care about whether she's going to school or not. Just believe that as my daughter, you're supposed to also be stealing, which you will just think that why doesn't she just become a better person because the father was a policeman. She didn't want to have it, guys. She was just wanting to continue with motives of stealing. But nevertheless, guys, the movie is very nice. Just to go back to what Andy has said, obviously, this guy Muzi, he seemed to not really care much about dating. He just care only about the business, that you have to be a leader of the family and become a CEO of the company, which is very odd because for me it didn't look like somebody who really have a life. I mean, his younger brother had a whole wife whom was married, and he seemed like he had more stable life than the older brother, who was just a person who was just wanting to be working only. And I heard you Andy saying that the man is defined by having a family. Yes, indeed. But we do have one of these guys that are hard workers, that are really not dating, that the only thing that they want to do is just to be working, which they can become good CEOs, in my opinion. But the problem is that they tend to only do the work and never had their own life, which obviously will become a problem when you have to interact with the clients, as the father said. So I do sort of agree and disagree at the same time on that aspect. But yes, guys, this movie you can learn a lot. I don't know if Andy you want to proceed talking about how the two have met.
Yes, yes. Yeah. I'm guessing Lich and I just have different views on what's defined a man, you know. But yeah, that's okay. We can all have different views. So, Muzi, like the father have stated that he really have to take a wife, so he decided to hurry the process of lobola, get the uncles. No one ever has ever met his girlfriend. No one even knew that he have a girlfriend, so it all came as a shock that he is now planning to go and pay lobola. So, when that happened, the uncles, shame. I don't know what was wrong with them, but it seems like because they were given instructions, a photo of the girl, the address, and so forth. But them, I'm guessing on the way, they just couldn't hold themselves. They decided, why not? Let's open the bottle and start the party early. So they did arrive in the bride's home, kind of tipsy. They got lost. So when Anele and her mom kind of heard that they are visitors outside, whom they are like kind of announcing themselves that, hey, we are here in the gates and we're here to pay lobola. Anele's mom was just like, listen, I'm not gonna give them right directions. I'm not even gonna tell them that, hey, you are in the wrong family. Probably you are lost, and let me give you directions of who you are looking for. Anele's mom was just like, these are my ancestors looking on me, saying, listen, baby girl, we are here to give you money on a silver platter. So Anele's mom, organized with her tenants to pretend that they are Anele's uncles, and they accepted the lobola. The funny thing is that the other family was cooking, waiting for their guest to arrive. How embarrassing! When the guest, never made it to your home whilst you were busy preparing for your guest to arrive. So I could just feel embarrassed on Dudu's on Dudu's behalf. So that was done. Muzi came, after realizing that the lobola was paid in the wrong place.
I can't believe the way that the mother have ran. She ran, guys. She ran with the bag of money and left her daughter behind. I'm sorry, Andy, for stepping in, but I just had to say that the way that the mother have ran was so hilarious. So this movie is also comedy, guys. So you will definitely enjoy it if you just watch it. The mother have ran with the money, and obviously he was left only with the daughter, which he had to take care. And after taking her, they sort of made a deal that you know what, let's just continue pretending to be married, which according to me they were not really pretending, because already they have lower lad. So they were pretending to be officially the people that are going to get married, pretending, but at the back of his mind, obviously it just showed that he really didn't love the previous girl. It showed that he want to just get this thing of the deal of becoming a CEO through. And obviously they had to go to stay in the main house, which I wonder, Andy, how you feel about once the lobola is done, you going to stay in their main house. Is it done that way in cultural?
Honestly, if that you are getting married to such a rich family where they have helpers, you will do nothing, just wake up, go to the table, the breakfast is already served and set. I wouldn't mind at all.
But
But if I have to do the house chores now, meaning that I get up, I'm the one who cleans, cooks, and all that, no, and serve so many people. Mm-mm. As a Makoti, African people expect their new Makoti to do that.
but culturally, do you know how it's supposed to be? Like, I come, I pay lobola, and then you go and stay in my
No,
home.
no,
That does it work that way?
no, because I'm still your fiance culturally, so it doesn't. We have to get married officially. Then we can either stay in your home or in our house.
Oh, okay. I do get it. I think maybe it's a bit different because I think most cultures, I know me and you, we come from different culture, but I think most cultures they do give that a small gap of you being introduced to your in-laws. I don't think that you have to be introduced after the wedding.
Yes, yes, introduced like visiting, not staying.
Introducing is not like some sort of proving yourself that you are worth it.
Yeah, of which maybe I can come on weekends.
And I want to ask you this, right? Most families, obviously, they will want to introduce each other and all those things. But I wonder if you are coming from a poor family and I'm coming from a rich family, and you are having this sort of teachings that are in you. You have done all the dances and stuff. You know that at your home they've taught you that you have to wake up at 4 and all those things. Those things, don't you feel like you can feel like I'm bored and all those things, having helpers and all those? You don't feel like maybe you should wear a pinify and all those things that you have to do? I mean, I just wonder.
I think it depends on someone's personality. Knowing my personality and knowing that I'm gonna be served with all helpers in your home, I will definitely enjoy it. But it depends on people's personality. Some can get bored
But how
because
about the clothing that you are used to? Would you wear the glamour designer things, or you will rather opt to wear the normal things that you are used to, like pinifers?
I don't know. It kind of depends how you view adults. Like if maybe I have to respect your mom in that level, I wouldn't mind wearing a pinify and all that, but not every day, every day. Definitely, I would love to wear glamour.
Okay. Yes, guys. So that's how the movie turns out. It end up being a really true, nice love story of two people meeting each other and falling in love. It was so hilarious seeing them trying to divide the bed because they were staying together and not really dating, and on this arrangement. It was really hilarious to see them dividing the bed with pillows and trying to just live it up, trying to prove to the mother in law that she's a true Makoti. I think it was really difficult, which, honestly speaking, as Africans and South Africans, we must stop this thing of that our daughters in laws, they must get a hard time when they come in the family being introduced, just get introduced with hardships. I don't know what we are trying to prove, but honestly speaking, I feel like it's very unnecessary and it may lead to a person really not feel welcomed because of such behaviors of the sister-in-law, brother-in-law. Everyone is just hostile. I think the father of Muzi was very, very kind to welcome her into the family. And I don't know how Andy you will feel about that. But the movie, in overall, in my opinion, it does get over seven. I think 7.5 is more appropriate. I don't know how you felt by the movie overall.
Yeah, the movie overall, I was so in love with the movie. I loved it, and funny enough, I don't normally enjoy comedy, but this one I gotta give it an 8 and 9. It was a typical comedy movie you will mostly expect, but in a very unique touch, and it was beautiful, and I think because it was very much of a typical movie where people meet by accident, they end up falling in love. Yes, at the end, Muzi fell for Anele. Because Anela was just also sharing that, she have future plans for her life. She just don't wanna be a con artist for the rest of her life. She actually wants to go to school, get her degree, get a good job, work, and just be a normal citizen, not just be conning people. And I think that's one thing that made Muzi to fell in love with Anele. So yeah, overall the movie was really good, really enjoyable. We watched it over the weekend and it was great. It was great.
Yes, guys, the movie was really great, but the reason why I rented it 7.5, it's because there are some at certain aspects that Andy, I told her about this movie that I didn't like. The first thing is that on the microphone, we on the father as he was giving the bottle, we saw a microphone. I have to point out that aspect that I didn't like it. To see a microphone of an actor was just unacceptable to me. I think in South African movies we must do better. And one of the reason why I also made this channel is for us to also dissect and talk about the little things that in the movies that were done wrong. So that was not on, to be honest. I think Showmax, please do better, don't accept such movies. And another aspect that I also saw that was really not nice is that I think this has to do with Showmax as a whole. I believe that like Showmax must really do the audio in English, please. They must get people that are outside of South Africa to watch these movies because these movies are so amazing, guys. If only you understand Zulu, you will know how much these movies are so nice. But when you're just reading the cast, it just become another Chinese movies that are chong 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 to other people who can hear Zulu. So please, let's not only attract audience that are only here in South Africa. Please, let's go out and attract and fight the world. If they are releasing in Nigeria English movies, let's do the same. I don't know how you feel about my key points that I sort of I had to pick them up that I didn't like.
Yes, yes. I think at the end of the day, because it is a South African movie, and most likely their audience they targets local South Africans, so hence the movie was kind of low budget. About that thing of a mic and all that, it just shows that at the end of the day, the movie was a very much low budget movie. And sometimes here in South Africa, to go all out with a high budget movie, and then the movie doesn't receive good reviews or good views, so it's kind of a waste of money. So yeah, I'm thinking our entertainment industry is something that they really have to work on it.
Yeah, but this one, honestly speaking, it defeats some of the movies that are done on Netflix. I think it was a really, really planned movie, which brings me to a point that most of the movies that are being done on Netflix, I don't mean to criticize them, but then they copy sort of more of Americans. I believe that only this movie, the way that it was perfect. Just a bit higher budget of getting a perfect editor, getting people who really know how editing supposed to be done. Maybe watch it over and over again. They were gonna pick that mistake up, and also the other point, getting them to also do English, it was gonna be perfect. I know that in Netflix they do that, so just a little bit higher budget was gonna get them over the line. I think that this movie was gonna be maybe the highlight of South African movies in South Africa right now. So I think that's it, guys. Let's keep the family growing. Please subscribe. We'll meet on the next one. Cheers.